I'm Alex McCord, and this is The Real Deal on thestir.com, where we take on the week in reality TV. Today we take on episode 7 of The Real Housewives of Miami. We've got bridezillas, Birkins, a mom's worst nightmare, and behind-the-scenes gossip. First of all, the bridezillas. Bridezilla number 1, Joanna Crippa, is landing in Los Angeles with her co-conspirators, Leah Black and Lisa Hochstein. Just a little bit of behind-the-scenes commentary here. I noticed for the first time ever that I saw framing around the footage of the housewives on the plane. Now, crews have been known to sneak into places where they don't have a permit, typically hospitals with an unplanned birth, and in that case, usually the footage looks very professional, but it's subtitled home video. This time, no subtitles, but I kind of liked the fact that we saw everything you would see if you were looking through your own digital camera, the timestamp, the counter, all that good stuff. I think that maybe they just didn't want to deal with the red tape of getting permits or guaranteeing to the airline that they'd use the footage, so they just had 1 or 2 people fly with the housewives and use a point and shoot. I think it looked good, nicely done. In Los Angeles, we see Joanna and Leah's gorgeous houses, Joanna's animal rescue, and Leah's Birkin bags. So Joanna takes everyone to the wedding venue, and they all cry. Well, Lisa Hochstein is crying on the inside because she's not been asked to be a bridesmaid. Uh-oh. Well, weddings can get dicey on reality TV. Certainly the producers would like it if there are main cast members in the wedding party. That makes sense. But what if you, the bride, don't know those people very well? What if you only met them a year or 2 ago and you never hang out when you're not filming? There's no off-camera relationship. Would you have someone like that stand up at your wedding? Lisa is once again admirably playing the wind-up housewife, doing whatever the producers tell her. I feel like they gave her 2 jobs here. 1, get Leah to buy you a Birkin, and 2, get both brides to have you as a bridesmaid. Aren't you interested to see which will be more successful? By the end of this episode, Joanna's mother has drafted Lisa as a bridesmaid, but Joanna didn't agree yet. So, would you have bridesmaids in your wedding just because producers asked you to? And would you allow your mother to invite bridesmaids? Meanwhile, back in Miami, bridezilla number 2, Adriana De Mora, is also scouting locations. So let's play compare and contrast. Now, this is a storyline very typical of reality TV, not just housewives. Producers will intercut footage of 2 cast members doing basically the same thing and allow the audience to decide who did it better. So what do you think? I like Adriana's venue much better. That ballroom looks gorgeous, but she completely lost me when she said that she wants her guests to change clothes halfway through the evening. Who does that? It was funny to see everyone looking aghast at her. She smiled sweetly, completely oblivious. It took her son to pipe up asking where she was planning on having all the guests change clothes for the wedding planners to realize that Adriana had no clue how to make this demand happen. Well, they added a changing suite in the hotel to the budget, and hopefully that will work out. Maybe. Now, let's get to the mom's worst nightmare situation. Every time I think about what Alexia is going through, my heart aches. For those of you playing catch-up, her younger son was in a horrific car accident and is rebuilding, and her older son, Peter, has had some serious anger management issues which have manifested in multiple arrests. This week we're concentrating on Peter. Alexia brings her mother, psychiatrist, from Spain to help out, and they all have a sit-down. And this comes just in the nick of time because Peter blew up at a pedestrian versus driver road rage incident with a taxi driver during a photo shoot for Alexia's magazine. Yikes. Apparently the son has been refusing to have sessions with Grandma. Grandma tries again, saying that they will be confidential. Now, reading between the lines, you could think that either that means I won't tell your mother what we talk about, or we won't film it. For Peter's sake, I hope both are true. Now, one major takeaway from this whole storyline this episode is you cannot call your ex-husband names, then tell the kid he's just like his father. That's as though you hurled all those insults directly at your son. Finally, I had to talk about this because it is so juicy. This week, a gossip site released a contract for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, I don't know if this contract is real or doctored. It could be either. But were you shocked? I wasn't. Here's why. The 3 major points that stuck out to me were: 1, the company's right to fictionalize the footage; 2, the prohibition of cast members promoting any products; and 3, language that says cast members cannot make any commercial use of having appeared on the show. Translation: they can make up stuff about you, you can't promote any products, and you can't start a business or do anything with your newfound celebrity. So basically, they just wrote it down. I mean, that's what's been encouraged and whispered the whole time. They just put it in the contract. So now, people who just went their own way and promoted products and started businesses and whatnot are now bound by legal language. So I asked myself, if I were handed that contract, what would I do? What would Bethany Frankel do? Well, if I ran Bravo, there are two things I would do. Number one, I would unionize the talent so they get paid residuals for all those broadcasts all around the world. And two, I'd be upfront about typecasting. I think that people would willingly sign up to be the villain or the crazy or whatever if they knew what they were getting into and had help to deal with the fallout. Yes, all of this will make those docu-soaps way more expensive and a lot of them will get canceled. But the ones that survive will get better. Why? Housewives will always fight each other, but if they're not fighting the producers and the network, if they're happy enough to play ball, it'll be a better show with higher ratings, more ad sales and product placement, and more money for everyone. Winning! Let me know what you thought in the comments, and also ask me your questions about I Dream of Nene, the wedding, because starting tomorrow I will be covering that too. Join me here tomorrow on thestir.com for a brand new episode of The Real Deal. I am Alex McCord, and see you next time.